Monday Live with Victor Maxon. We are live, and today, this Monday, I'll be talking about the psychology of pricing, why cheap is expensive. The psychology of pricing, why cheap is expensive. I think last 2 weeks we spoke about branding, right? And then in the previous week, we spoke a little about sales. Today, we'll be talking about pricing, how to price your product rightly, and we'll go in depth to why exactly does people charge low, all right, or why people on the price their product and what you should be doing instead. All right, so I'll be talking also extensively on how on the pricing kills your sales, kills your confidence, and kills your brand. All right, we're ready for this. Let's fly. So one of the first reason why people want to price themselves is they're afraid of rejection, the fear of rejection. Right? So people feel that they'll be rejected. So somebody can hold $1,000 worth of value and still sell that same thing for 1,000 naira, right? It's like, will anybody even pay for this thing, right? So the fear of rejection makes people to underprice their product, right? So people believe that being cheaper will help you get more clients. Yeah, this is one of the popular reasons why people underprice their product. They feel, oh, if I'm cheap, I'll get more people to buy from me. Well, all right, but the problem is this: you be killing your sales, you be killing your self confidence, and every single time you want to make money from selling anything, you'd always sell something cheap because you feel nobody can pay what it is or what you think the product is worth or whatever it is worth. So people continue to sell for a very low price because they are afraid of what people are going to say. They are afraid that they will get rejected. They are afraid they will not even sell out any of it, right? So just such that so that people confirm what they do to themselves is that they sell at a very ridiculous price. That should not be you, right? After this session, I'll show you why this is a bad one for you if you're on the price in your product. Or remember, the topic is why cheap is expensive. All right, why cheap is expensive, right? Why cheap is expensive. So I'm specifically speaking on the psychology of pricing. Now, see the high cost of low pricing. All right. Now the truth is this: cheap prices attract difficult and ungrateful clients. Have you met people who paid a low price? There's something I know about low ticket clients. They look out for buying low things, and they are very stressful, right? They will stress the hell out of you, right? Because they feel that they have just bought something, they must suck the money out of it, right? These people are very difficult. Low ticket clients can call you at night. You can imagine someone who paid 1,000 naira, right? And this person is trying to call you in a very odd hour, all in the name of they paid you, right? Now, if that exactly is what you're currently experiencing, that exactly might be because of your pricing. Yes, that might be because of your pricing. These people, many of them, maybe not all of them, but many of them are ungrateful. Many of them are difficult, right? And every single time they spend money, they want to expand on their money. I was teaching a set of entrepreneurs during the weekend. I was teaching them that um, a poor man makes poor decision and a rich man makes rich decisions, right? If you check what a poor man is more interested in, you discover that a poor man is more interested in quantity than is interested in quality. Rich men, rich people make a rich decision, poor men make poor decisions. So a poor man is more interested in quantity. How many is inside? How many do I have? How many are you selling? Right? But a rich man is more interested in quality. So a poor man would choose rather to buy about 10 of those items in place of one and say, come on, this thing can buy 10. Think about the bottled water and the sachet water. So ask a poor man to buy A bottle water is like, no, how will I buy a bottle water of about 300 to 500 for what? When I can buy a sachet water, just two sachet water, which is just 15 naira or 100 naira, and pour it inside the bottle. Right? These are people who reserve bottles, right? That's how a poor man makes their decision and a rich man makes the decision in the other way. They make quality decision. Now, understand that when you are dealing with these two set of persons, you have to deal wisely with them, right? So, for the purpose of today's Monday life, I'm telling you why cheap is expensive. All right. So, when you are attracting clients with a cheap offer, what you are attracting is you are attracting difficult client, right? Because man, you do a lot of managing, you do a lot of shouting, you do a lot of management. It's a whole lot, right? You are bringing up difficult clients, and many times you are bringing up ungrateful clients. These are people that, let's say you possibly forgot to give something in your offer. Oh my god, the insult you will get is crazy, right? So when you're working with this set of persons, or when you put your price low, just know you attract this set of persons. It usually happens, right? Every single time you put your price at a very low, your pricing at a very low price, what happens is this: you attract ungrateful clients and difficult clients. And another thing is that you work more but you earn less, and it leads to your burnout. Now, to bring in low ticket clients involves you posting and re-talking about these things, right? Because this set of persons are they are driven by more people in the program. I was teaching, like I said, I was teaching during the weekend that the poor are more interested in competition. I give you an example. Think of people who sell courses. Oh, so if you sell courses, you possibly can relate, right? You sell classes, you sell courses, right? So the poor are more interested with competition. They are driven by seeing other people in class. The rich might just want to take a personal learning. They want personal tutorials. They want personal reach out. Oh, can we speak for 1 hour on the call? You say, how much do you charge? How much is your bill for 1 hour? You say $500. You say $1,000. They're like, fine, I'll pay for it. But unfortunately, the poor doesn't think like that. The poor is more competition. Is more competition minded. It's like, okay, how many persons are in class? How many persons are paid? Right? That's exactly how the poor think. Now, you have just priced your product for at a very low price. These are the kind of clients you be attracting. You'll be attracting people who are competition driven. You'll be attracting people who look out, who needs validation before they join your program, right? You'll be attracting people that are only interested because other people are interested. Let me say that again. You'll be attracting people who are only interested in your product because other people are interested. Do you buy something? Now, let me ask you this question. Do you make poor decisions or do you make rich decisions? Poor decision could be you only buy when others are buying. that's that's a poor man approach, and that's actually the low ticket approach or the low pricing approach. Right? These are the set of persons you attract. When your price is poor, when your price is low, you attract people who only pay because they have seen others paid. Yes, right. So you are working more because you now want to bring this set of persons in. You start to do more marketing. More marketing. Your marketing effort increases. I used to say that it is harder to get low ticket client than it is to get high ticket client. A lot of persons think the other way around. Oh, because it is I priced it low, a lot of persons will buy. But the truth about it, what you would realize is that many times the people we eventually pay are those, right? The people that don't go through the stress are those whose product are expensive, because the product is saying this product is priced for $1,000. You are not going there to negotiate. You don't have the money, so you are not even going close to it, right? Only those who have the money are going either to negotiate it or whatever it is. But you who does not have the money, you are not even hearing it. But imagine someone who is selling a low ticket product, even with their 1,000 naira, even with their $1, right? they still want to stress this person selling it. So they are going there, they are looking for testimonials, they are looking out for what's the name, they are looking out for how many persons are bought, how many persons has this program transformed for just $1, for just 1,000 naira, and a whole lot, right? It's very draining. So here's exactly what you to know, that you work more, right? You work more, but you earn less. You work more, but you earn less. And your working is in your marketing, your working is in your management, right? And I assure you, if you are selling to low ticket clients, you must give them every single thing you promised on that offer, right? Without making no mistakes. Making no mistakes. You must give them every single thing you promised, right? If you miss one, they'll drag you on the internet. All right, so that's the high cost of low pricing. And now the truth is this: perception is every single thing. Yeah, perception is every single thing. People equate your price with your value. Like I said, you are the one with the product. You gave the price. Now, but then you priced whatever it is you're giving for a low price. Here's exactly what has happened to you. People then say, okay, we think that that's the value of what she's selling, or that's the value of what he's selling. Now think about it for a moment. It is just a phone. Oh my God, just a phone. But it's just a phone, right? It's just a phone. But have you ever wondered why, even though it's just a phone, people, all right, some persons are paying over $1 million plus for the same phone, and some persons are struggling in paying over 100,000 for the Android versions of these phones. But some persons are paying over $1 million plus for the iPhones and the likes. Think about it. It's still, everything goes to perception, right? So people equate your price with your value. So people assume that, oh, because they didn't put the price in for you, you did, right? So let's pretend you priced a product for 1,000 naira. So people say, okay, yes, that's exactly what is valued at. But when you price a product for, let's say, $500, you price the product for $1,000. People also equate, wow, that would be great. The offer will be amazing. They already see themselves. There's something about people. There's something I've realized about people while trying to sell. I mean, I've sold low ticket product, I've sold mid ticket product, I've sold high ticket product. There's something I've realized about people. Every single time someone who is buying a high ticket product, what they do is this. I mean, for high ticket product, right? Anytime anybody is buying a high ticket product, they justify it within themselves that they are making the best decision. It's usually the best decision for them. They justify their decision, right? And here's exactly how they do it, right? So they are spending so much as maybe $1,000 and above. They want to see a return of investment. And there's something I've also realized about people who pay low, right? Someone who is paying as low as 1,000 naira. It may not be their business. They take your class, or they take your program, or they take whatever it is you're selling to them, and they do not open it. They are not interested because there was no pain, there was no stress. It was just like their normal thing. It was effortless for them. So because it was effortless for them, so why should they be bothered? So you hear these same persons. Let me use course creators for an example today, right? You hear these same persons, they are losing logins to their programs, right? Because they have not even been on the program. Maybe when they hear someone else is making money from the same course they bought, they now remember, oh, I also bought this course now. Come on. They send you, who is the course creator, a DM asking you, I've forgotten the login. You know why? It is simple. It is because there was no expense in it. There was no investment. The investment wasn't heavy. So there's something I've realized about people who make rich decisions. They are making it with so much connection in them. Their body and soul is right there, right? But someone who made a decision in a rush, or just to doing it because every other person is doing it, it would only come when they see something that prompts them to do it again, right? Maybe they see a testimonial from the same someone who attended the same class with them or took the same program with them. They're like, hey, you know, this FOMO, the fear of missing out. Oh, I think I'm the only one not doing something here, right? These people are minded, right? They are competition minded. So every single time you sell, you need to understand the persons you're selling to. Remember that pricing your product cheap is expensive, right? So the next one is high paying clients avoid cheap offers. They don't trust them. Yeah, without true, right? Let me explain this part. Every single Have you met an high ticket client before? There's something there's something about them, something very unique about them. Every single time they see something that is cheap, what happens is they feel it is inferior. They feel anytime they hear the word cheap or they see something cheap, they think it is inferior, they think it cannot deliver, they think it will not last, they think it is fake, right? Think about product that you have bought at a very expensive price. Just divide that price by 4. So think about something you bought for a million naira, right? And all of a sudden you heard someone sell it for 250,000 naira. Not as if the dollar went down, nothing like that, right? You bought something for a million naira. You heard someone somewhere selling it for 250,000 naira. Would you feel disturbed? You might feel disturbed for them, not for you. You have like, come on, I made the best decision. This thing is serving me. I feel blessed by what I've gotten, right? But then you are bothered, you are like, come on, that person just bought fake. That's fake. That has no value and all of that, right? Because you feel that cheap is inferior, cheap is fake, cheap is undervalued, cheap is, of course, like I said, inferior, right? And every single time you have paid highly for something, you exalt the worth. This is one thing I've realized about high ticket clients. They exalt the worth of what they have gotten. They preserve it. They hold it in high esteem. They brag about it. Right? Exactly what the rich do. So high paying clients would always avoid you. If you're always selling low ticket product, they would always avoid you because they feel there's this connection with cheap and inferior. There's this connection with cheap and fake to them. They're like, that's the way they reason. This is the way the high ticket client reason, right? So that's the perception about perception is everything. Now, the beautiful thing you must know is that confidence closes better than discount. Why is it that every single time you're giving discount every single day? Every day you're on a 24 hours discount, you might not just be losing sales. Of course, maybe you think people are buying, but the thing is you are pushing away high ticket customers. You are pushing away high ticket clients. So here's exactly what to do instead. Now you need to understand that people pay premium when you speak with certainty, right? So imagine you appear maybe just like myself, and then of course you share your knowledge, and then you speak with certainty, precision, and every single thing, right? You know what? People are willing to pay you more, right? I could effortlessly charge for a coaching program for about $500 or $1,000. I am speaking with confidence because I know what I am doing, right? Yes. Now this is exactly what people are paying for. People pay premium for confidence. Yes. People pay so much for confidence. People pay so much for certainty. If you're certain about what these will do for them, it's just like iPhone, right? iPhone is premium. I hope you know. All right. People will pay premium for an iPhone, right? Because an iPhone is going to give them a good feel it's going to raise their status in society. That's what they are paying for. They are paying for the fact that if they carry an iPhone, they'll be chosen, all right, or yes, whatever it's called, They would either be chosen, they'll be preferred. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. They'll be preferred over someone else without an iPhone. Remember, as at this time, 2025, all right, people with iPhones, especially when they go to physical events and programs, what usually happens is this, right? People who have poor quality cameras geared towards people with an iPhone, right? This is exactly what people want to buy. People want to buy the fact that they can effortlessly make friends when they have an iPhone, because people are reaching out to them in church. Oh, I would like to snap with your phone in schools. I would like to snap with your phone. That attention, a lot of persons like it. Some persons just like flashing the camera part, right? The camera point of their iPhones. Oh, I have an iPhone, right? That that pride is what people are selling, and this is exactly, if you sell this with certainty, people are going to buy premium, right? Now, I used to teach that people necessarily do not buy your product; they buy the feeling behind your product. Let me say that again. People necessarily do not buy your product; they buy the feeling behind your product. The question is, what exactly would your product do for them? This is exactly what they are willing to buy. They are buying the feeling behind your product. So if you want to sell, don't sell the product, sell the feeling behind the product, because this is what people buy, right? Another thing about discount, remember, we're talking about confidence closes better than discount. Discount often signal desperation and not value, right? When you are giving a discount, is telling something of you. Is telling that, you see, are you telling me you're afraid of selling it at the price you claim it is, right? And you feel that, imagine someone, because I've seen this a whole lot happen on the internet. A program was selling for, let's say, 30,000 naira, 50,000 naira, and all of a sudden, someone, the same person who sold it for 30,000 naira, is now giving a 50% discount. So it's telling us something that they are not saying. It's telling us, it looks like people are not buying it at the 30,000 naira you're selling it for. Because if people are buying it at the 30,000 naira or the 50,000 naira or the 100,000 naira you're selling it for, you have no need to give discount, right? And discount is not a bad idea, right? But the question is, the how many times do you give discount? Some persons give discount every single day. When you give discount every single time, it tells something of you. It tells that you're not selling at the price you are priced it for, right? So discount often signal desperation and not value. You are desperate to sell, so you do it. You give discount. Oh, you are desperate to push out. Now, sometimes you can now say that thing that you're desperate to push out, then something might be wrong, maybe spoiled, or maybe something, maybe just something. So people are also always wondering, why are you giving a discount? Yeah, why are you giving a discount? Even poor men who make poor decisions are concerned when they see you give a discount, right? And once that continuously happens, we know, and those set of persons know how to manipulate you. Yes, they know how to manipulate into giving a discount. If people are in your DM and they are talking about discount, there's a problem already. And that problem you've got to fix on time, right? So discount often signal desperation and not value. Now, the truth is this, that your brand reflects your belief. Your brand reflects your belief. If your price is cheap, it means you see yourself as cheap. Is the truth, right? If your price is cheap, it means you see yourself as cheap. Like I said from the onset, quite a number of persons do not charge premium because they feel people will not buy. So there's this fear of rejection. There's the fear of, oh, I won't sell this thing out. But the truth is this, it's telling us something about you. It's saying, oh, you are cheap yourself. Now think about it for a moment, right? I think this I learned myself. If you surround yourself in an expensive environment, if you enrich your knowledge, I mean, you stay around the rich, you spend around luxury, you use luxury items, right? You wear luxury clothes, right? You use luxury perfumes. Do you think you charge cheap. Many times the reason why you charge cheap is because the items you use are cheap. Yes, that's one of the many reasons why a lot of persons charge cheap, right? Because the items they are using is cheap. Now, if the item you're using is cheap, you will likely charge cheap. And just imagine for a moment that you I'm a sales closer, right? And then there are a lot of things that helps us stay charging expensive, right? Stay charging premium, right? We are very intentional about our wear, right? So if you're in a very good suit, right, you discover that you are charging with confidence because you know what you're wearing. You're wearing a good watch. You're wearing a good perfume, right? Your hair is nicely cut, right? You see that your confidence boosts up, right? Think about people who wear expensive weave-ons. Yes, expensive wigs, expensive weave-ons. Somehow, many times, it transcends into how they relate with people. So yes, of course, what you wear many times can reduce your self-esteem, right? What you wear many times can reduce the way you talk, or it can put you down. It can put you on a pedestal, right? That is super low. One thing you must do is that, or one thing you must know is that your pricing, your brand reflects your belief. So if you price cheap, it tells me something. It means you see yourself as cheap. Yeah. If you price cheap, it means you see yourself as cheap, right? Another thing also is you can't ask the market or value what you don't value, right? Yeah, and that's powerful, right? You can't ask the market to value what you don't value. Yes, the market is very intentional about how you bring it to us. Remember, I said the market didn't put a price for you. You did put the price yourself. So you cannot tell the market to value what you don't value. You have just put a low price on this thing. You're not going to teach us what to do what with that. What we do with it. So somebody just bought a program for 1,000 naira, and then of course, like I said, the majority of the reason why many of them buy with a competition mindset, and because they buy with a competition mindset, they don't value it. They are just there because of the fact that, oh, other persons are getting it, so why should I don't want to be I don't want to be left out, the fear of missing out, and a whole lot. Now, those sort of persons necessarily do not value it. Think about it for a moment. Think about, you spend so much to getting an iPhone, how you protect that iPhone. Think about you spending so much to buy a program, how you protect that program, how you ensure you're not losing the login details, how you ensure that you are attending all classes, and a whole lot. But when you are paying almost next to nothing or even nothing for a program, you don't value it, right? So that's the bad part about the reflection, right? You can't ask the market to value what you don't value. So when you put a low price on it, so why should we value it? Another beautiful thing is this: price positions you. Yeah, price position you. Pricing is part of your brand strategy. Your pricing tells me who you are. Yes, it tells me the kind of person you are. It tells me, your pricing also reveals many times your income. Yeah, it reveals your income. Except, of course, I don't teach people not to sell low ticket programs, low ticket courses, right, or sell things that are priced low. No, that's not, I don't do that. But if you accept, you have a strategy, of course, that have you sell low ticket product, mid ticket product, and then high ticket product. That's a very good one. That's a balanced one. All right. The likes of iPhone does this, right? An iPhone seller still sells pod, and they sell earpiece, right? All these are low ticket, something people can effortlessly afford, right? Then they have their expensive phones and a whole lot, right? So that exactly is how they are positioning with their pricing. Now, every single time you think of iPhone, you think of premium. Every single time you think of iPhone, you think of excellence. Every single time you think of iPhone, you think of class. And what other product? Premium product like Gucci, Hermes, whatever it is, right? You think of class, this high standard product, you think of class. So your pricing is part of your positioning. Your pricing is part of your brand strategy. The right pricing attracts your ideal audience. Yeah, the right pricing attracts your ideal audience. This is why I usually advise people, put your price on your product, because it will call out those who are your customers and it will repel those who are not your customers. You will never go to ShopRite and find people ShopRite hiding their product, hiding the price of their product, and say, oh, meet us at the counter, let's try to convince you. Because one of the reasons why a lot of persons do not put the price on their product is because they fear that immediately people see it, they won't even inquire of them, and they'll run away. Right? So they feel that they think that the best approach is that they want these persons to come to their DM, so they beg the customer to buy. They convince the customer, oh, well, it's a good price. Okay, tell me how much do you think you can pay? Come on. The rich doesn't sell like that. You don't sell premium product like that. If I put a price for $1,000, it means it is $1,000. And what it does is it repels. It takes away, right? It takes away those who cannot afford it. They are seeing $1,000 and they know they cannot afford it, so they just walk away. That's the beauty of putting a price on your product. And not just putting a price, putting a premium price, right? It repels those who are not your ideal customer and it attracts those who are your ideal customer. So if someone sees $1,000 and can afford it, they are coming to it. And of course, if they have seen all the value, all the right testimonials, the right positioning, they feel you are the one who can solve that problem for them. You've proven over time that you are the perfect one for this. Perfect. If you have done that, what will happen is you would attract your ideal customer. All right. So the right pricing attracts your ideal audience. Now the next one is stories sell high ticket. Yeah, if you want to sell high ticket, you want to sell transformation, sell with stories and not features. Like, right? High ticket clients look for what we call transformational stories. Transformational story. Now, here's exactly how to sell to high ticket clients. You want to share the transformational stories of clients, all right? Not just your own, right? Share transformational stories of clients. Let's say you are selling a weight loss program or you're selling a gym membership, right? You are selling transformation. You talk of Ada or you talk of Emmanuel, who joined your gym in January, and by March, Emmanuel has moved from so pound to so pound, right? To a very reasonable amount of pound. You have this before and this after. These are transformational stories. Yes, exactly. That's exactly how to sell to an high ticket client. All right. You are selling transformation. You are not selling the features. You're not telling them, oh, do you know that this thing is white? Do you know that this thing is black? They are not interested, right? They are more interested with the transformation. Another way to sell with stories, right, is that you want to show the outcome. Show the outcome. A lot of persons many times talk about price. They are like, the price is this, right? Now, another way to sell to high ticket clients, maybe if you're not putting the price outside, right, is that you get to eventually talk about the price to them. Let's say you have got that strategy where they have to get on a call with you. You are pre-qualifying the lead, you're speaking to them, and then you want them to buy. Now, in that case, what you don't do is to talk about the pricing so much. A lot of persons just dwell on the pricing. Oh, is this price? Can you afford it? That's not what to say to a high ticket client. What you do instead is this: you show the outcome. Tell them, okay. Now, in showing the outcome is telling them the result, helping them, taking them to a future or the future of who they want to be, what they can become with your product, right? You are selling the outcome. The outcome is what would happen when they take action. That exactly is the outcome. So whatever it is you're selling, sell the outcome more than you talk about the price. Show the outcome, and price becomes secondary. So after you show the outcome and you have gotten them to feel, man, this is what I need, what eventually happens is this, is that they see the price as an investment. They see the price as, yes, of course, an investment, and they are willing to go for it. So stories sell high ticket. Now, let me teach you a very powerful one before we conclude this morning. When exactly do you raise your price? When do you raise your price? I taught this during the weekend. Let me teach you also. The best time to raise your price is when demand increases. Yes. When demand increases is the right time to raise your price. Yeah. When there's a demand increase, you can raise your price. I give an example during the weekend. I was sharing that if there are about 5 persons who want to buy a product, that there are just 2 products in a shop or in a store, and 5 persons want to buy, and all of them are interested, just raise your price. When you raise your price, because there is a competition, not among you now, amongst them, what happens is the higher bidder wins, right? So the best time to raise your price is when there are more demand for that product. Once demand increases, pricing must go up. Another way to raise your price is when to raise your price is your results. Now, once you get more testimonials, more results, poof, you can raise your price, right? Package results, not time, and charge accordingly. I remember I used to price my product very lowly then, but the moment I got a certain testimonial that same night, this was in, I think, 2020 or 2021, either 2020 or 2021, I think 2021 February. That night, I increased my price, and people came because a lot of persons are, wow, this much, yes, this much, and boom, it's no longer the price they used to hear from me. And guess what? People bought it at the new price. Yes, people bought it at the new price. So the question is, why were they not buying? Something was wrong. There was no proof to show that what I was teaching was working. So the moment they saw a proof, somebody took a bet on me, right? That's the person who bought it, took a bet on me, practiced what I taught, poof, got results. Then maybe my pricing was low. But the moment I delivered result, the moment people saw it, man, this is result. What happened was, poof. You know what they did? They came running for the same program, right? And while they came running for the same program, I increased the price. That exactly is when to increase your price. So package result, no time, and charge accordingly. And I see a lot of the wrong thing people do is people sell their time. Do you know how much I put into this thing? No, that's not what people are buying. People are buying result. What will this thing do for me? Not how many hours did you spend on it. Not how many buses you jump to just deliver. What will this do for me? The moment you can focus on the result, you will sell more. All right. So I'm going to give you my final words for Mondays. Right. So what you're going to do for me in this week is that you're going to price confidently. You're going to do that for you too, right? Price confidently this week. Package your product intentionally and position wisely. All right. Price confidently, position wisely, and package intentionally. Price confidently, package intentionally, and position wisely. So if you have learned from this live session today, drop value in the comment if you are done being cheap. Drop value in the comment if you are done being cheap. Drop value in the comment if you are done being cheap. And that is all for Monday Live with Victory Maxine. I'll see you next week. Have an amazing week. This is your time to close deals. Close as many deals as possible. I celebrate you. You are great. Good night. Bye-bye. Oh, good morning and bye-bye. You're great.